Hello, my name is Halise Knight. I'm a Turkish and Russian interpreter. I started as a community interpreter in 2007 and later get my degree qualification and in law. And so I'm a national registered interpreter and I've been working with Bostico for almost a year.
And what sort of type of interpreting you do for Bostico?
It's mainly community interpreting.
And if we were to think in terms of jobs, which one would you find more challenging, community interpreting or the court interpreting?
Community interpreting in a way because it's less structured than court interpreting. I mean, I never found that with Bostico, but in other areas I found that service providers were not always happy with interpreting, being there in a way they feel it as a waste of public money. So I always found that I got more gratitude in the court from the job I do when it's mainly social services in hospital we're talking about. It's always you are there as a nuisance, the way they say it, which is fair enough, times are tough. Where in court, where I always try to do my best, but where in court, I sort of, at least you always get thank you from the judge.
Yes,
so,
indeed. Thank you very much for being here.
Yes,
indeed. Would you mind telling me about a challenging situation you've encountered?
Any challenging situation? Well, probably, I mean, 2 times I had a very sad situation when it was, because as I said, I would work in Turkish and Russian. But it's interesting because Russian is my mother tongue, but I can put that barrier, be absolutely impartial towards Russian speakers, but with Turkish people, I don't know, for some reason, I feel sort of closer to them in a way, and it was 2 situations when it was basically the Turkish speaker, they were in a very difficult situation, and children were involved, and they were crying, and it was twice for 5 years, so it's not that bad. And I started crying because obviously I had to repeat it all. And I think, well, the service providers they understood because I mean other people started crying as well. But it was very challenging because you almost leave everything that was said. But I only found that with Turkish language. I mean, I'm absolutely fine with Russian. I just like a machine, just saying words.
How did you learn Turkish?
I lived in Turkey for 3.5 years and I studied it there.
Oh, right. Any particular reason, or you just...
I was married to a Turkish man, yes. My first husband was Turkish. So.
Oh, right, okay. Have you ever been told you're wrong when you're interpreting?
I get sometimes my dates wrong and days of the week just due to the speed. And I was told once that I said it rather than fourth, I said first in Russian, so the client himself corrected me that it was fourth, but that was just, I was still embarrassed to the day.
It can happen, yes indeed. Tell me something you love about your job.
Oh, well, I like flexibility of it, and I also love that you get involved into all the different sides of life, and normally as a normal human being doing something else, you probably would be quite limited to just one thing, where here it's just every day is different, where you meet people you would probably never normally meet, and not always a good thing, but interesting, better than Eastenders.
It is, indeed. Do you think one needs to qualify to work as an interpreter, or we can just pick somebody off the street?
Definitely, you have to have qualification, and even if you worked as a community interpreter for a number of years, you definitely need to get the BSR metropolitan test. You can't, even, like, I know people who worked as translators for 10 years, I believe they can't just walk off the street and go in the courtroom. Although they might be familiar with vocabulary, I don't think it's different skill. It's you can't be prepared without some course. But I mean, I think it was very different maybe 20 years ago when when all the court interpreting just started, then people would learn at the jobs because there wouldn't be any courses available. But then it was fine, but now when we have certain standards set, you can't, yes, you definitely have to be qualified. And that's probably, I mean, hearing rumours that some people who are not qualified now can interpret in court, that does upset me, because it's a lot of money and time spent on qualification. So, yeah, it sort of in a way it feels, did I waste my time doing it all?
What do you like about working with us?
Well, that's why I like sort of about smaller agencies, because you get personal contact. I know if I'm calling, usually I'll get Florentina, or it would be you. And although that's very nice to see you today, but I mean, I imagined you would be very nice, because it's just that personal touch that you feel like you care when, if it's a bigger agency, press number and go on for 20 minutes and go to that department and that department, and you never get the person at the end of the phone.
What would you say to a newcomer in the profession?
Just don't give up, believe in yourself, because I have lots of problems with sort of self-esteem, and I think that's very important, to just believe that you can make it, and that there always will be, I mean, some jobs for interpreters, I believe. I mean, in one way or another, either community interpreting, court interpreting, maybe translation. I mean, there is all other sort of aspects of it where you can apply your skill, because I think it's a great skill to have, and it's not everyone can do it. People from the street can.
If the client says, can we please have the same lady, then we would provide the same lady, the same interpreter. So, you know, you shouldn't have problems with self-esteem, because they do ask for you.
Thank you. Very nice to hear.
Thank you very much, Halise.